Did you know there were archives in the Library of History of Austin High?
I did not know.
Did you know that there were archives in the library showing Austin High's history?
No, I didn't.
Did you know there were Austin High archives in the library?
No. Did you know that there were archives of the history of Austin High in the library?
Yeah, I actually did know that.
Why is it important to keep these records of Austin High?
The history of Austin High is really closely knit with the history of the city of Austin and all of its early days and roots. So there's a lot of just local history, but then also for individuals, for families, people like to come and get information about their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents that have gone to school here. We have photos of them, we have information about things that they did as a student, which is kind of a glimpse into their personality and their life before their descendants got to know them in later years. So it's a really wonderful way to have connections to our local history, to family history, and also just to see the amazing things that people have done from our community that can inspire and encourage us to press on and do great things ourselves in the current generation.
What do you think is most important in the archives?
That's a good question. I think one of the most important things, I don't know if I could give a full superlative to any one thing, but there are a lot of mementos that are personal mementos. We have some scrapbooks from individuals who have kept items, like there's one here in our display case of a student who was in the marching band, and she kept all kinds of things, including some of the pages from the formations and things from that period of time. And she has commentary, and there are several scrapbooks and other personal memorabilia where people have written their opinions, their experiences, what they've enjoyed about their time as a student and their relationships with other students and with their teachers. And so it's a really wonderful insight that we just don't have anywhere else in the history record.
How do you acquire items for the archive?
Most of the items are donated. Often it's unsolicited. People will call us up. Maybe a family member has passed away, or they're moving to an assisted living facility and they're cleaning out their house. Sometimes we have parents whose children have passed on and they bring us stuff. That's harder. But we have a lot of things that also just are found around campus. So sometimes it's teachers cleaning out cabinets and they find some things from previous decades, or when a new teacher takes over a program, they might have photographs or like programs from performances that they are cleaning out and they bring to us so we can add to the collection. So it's just a variety of ways, but mostly it's just through unsolicited donations as people find things, and they don't want it to be thrown away because they know there's something important about it, but they don't have anything else to do with it. So they bring it to us.
What are some fun facts you have about the archives?
About the archive? Well, there's a lot of fun facts, but it depends on your definition of fun. We have all kinds of interesting things. I don't know. I have to think about an answer for that one. One of the things that I really like about it is understanding the history of organizations and how they came to be. We have history of our different fine arts things and performing arts. For example, the band has been pretty much the marching band throughout the decades that it's been in formation. But some things like the Red Jackets, there's a history behind that a lot of people don't know. The earliest generations of Red Jackets, it was more of a spirit support group. They were boosting the football players and other sports teams. They did marching formations, things like that. It was very kind of regimented. In the 80s, we had an actual dance drill team called the High Steppers, which is much more what the modern dance team is now. So after a few years, they canceled both those organizations. They moved forward with one dance team, but kept the Red Jacket name. So what we have now is the modern dance team, is the Red Jackets, is nothing like its earliest predecessors, but they still do exemplify some of the best students of the student body and kind of boost the school and support the school. But just that kind of transition from a boosting pep squad kind of thing into an individual performing dance team where they are performing in their own right and celebrating their abilities. It's a big transition that a lot of people aren't aware of what happened in the 80s that caused that.
And lastly, what is one thing you think people should know about the archives?
You need to be in the archive. So make sure you get your photo taken for the yearbook. Make sure that you are participating in activities and clubs and organizations so that when your children or grandchildren come back in the future, they can find your picture and see what you're into. Just let yourself be documented and be a part of the history that you are part of the family of Austin High.
Thank you.
You're welcome.